All right, if you want your boss and coworkers to love you, it's important to practice proper workplace etiquette. I wonder if people in the newsroom are laughing hearing me say that. Courtney is with a civility expert this morning to give us a lesson. Here, I'll take notes.
They may have written that for you.
Yeah.
We love John Davkovich. We've got Rosalinda Randall with us this morning, our civility expert. Lots of people, coming in and out of the office these days, some working at home, hybrid situations, lots of electronic ways to communicate. There are all these things that we probably need a refresher on when it comes to the workplace.
Most definitely, and that's the problem that they're having, and even communicating face to face.
Yes.
That's a whole new world for a lot of people.
It's kind of changed a little bit.
Quite a bit.
Which also brings to mind, right now it's a political season. There are so many different things that are happening in the world that you have, your own views on. Maybe not so much in the workplace, though.
No, it used to be where there was a standard, really. People knew what subjects to avoid in the workplace. Stick more to how was your weekend, how's your child, and we moved on. But now people bring their causes to work, and companies really don't know what to do because, again, free speech and all of that. But if you are engaged with a coworker, especially if you like them and is going somewhere where you don't like, the best way to disengage is, oh, hey, I got to get back to work.
Okay. How
How is someone going to argue with that? Or can we pick this up later? Or, that's something, hands off for me. It's very easy if you just don't escalate the situation. And that is usually when you feel something already within you, it's time to disengage.
It's telling you to disengage.
Yes.
And I love the way that you use that word. So disengage is a good way to, it's not rude, to cut off the conversation. You just disengage.
Yes, I'd rather not chat about that,
Yeah.
and that's it.
That's good. Okay, how about conversations like, for example, you might see one of your counterparts having a conversation with your boss, but you really need to have a conversation with that same person so that you can finish doing your job. Is it appropriate to interrupt conversations at work?
How urgent is it? For you to complete your job, do you have a 5-minute window?
Okay.
Or is it immediate? Usually the social cues are if people are looking face to face, if they're leaning in, there's very little space between them, they don't look up to acknowledge you, or they're speaking in a softer tone, that means they don't want to be bothered. And if it's something that you can delay a few minutes, just give it some time. And linger perhaps, and then. But if it is something that you really need to, an employee fell or something, always start with, "Excuse me, I'm sorry to interrupt, but," with an urgent tone and own it. Then they know, because if you go, "Hey," they're not going to listen to you.
Right.
They'll get mad.
Okay.
So
here's the one that we probably should park on: electronic communications, emails, Slack, all the things, Teams. There's so many different ways to communicate with a large group of people. It's kind of hard to know when to jump in and when to disengage.
When to disengage. I love that word.
Yeah.
Okay, that is a real big problem in the workplace, the email thing. First of all, the reply all.
Oh, the reply all.
Yes, you don't need to, see the grunts go on. You don't need to let everyone know.
Okay.
I can't go because my cat's fur needs brushing, whatever. Nobody needs to know that. You reply directly to the person. Now, if it's an event and everyone's going, reply all, that might be appropriate. Now, if you are through with the information and now you see that it's taking a different tone or someone has introduced a different subject, you can completely disengage from that.
Okay.
Don't look at that email anymore. Or you can say, I'm going to be signing off. And there are ways that you can turn off the notification.
Okay.
To me, the subject line, if you're the person sending this group thing, the subject line is really important, because as we were talking a little bit a while ago, some people get thousands of emails a day, and you need to know what that subject is in order to see whether it applies to you or not. And replying within a 24 to 48 hour used to be the rule, but now people expect it within an hour because we have our phones. There's no excuse for you not to reply.
I may need to refer you for your own personal seminar on when is a good group email. Everybody might not need to be involved in some emails.
That is at the discretion of the person creating it. They should be aware of that.
I think that's a whole nother topic.
Yes, it is. If it doesn't apply. But then in their defense, they may go, well, I didn't get the email. Why am I notified? I wanted to know, even though I'm not, I like to know what's going on in the world. So sometimes the creator of the email will include everyone so that everyone feels included. So,
Okay. All right. These are all good tips, and she's got even more. She is the author of Don't Burp in the Boardroom. Rosalinda Randall, our civility expert. All the details on our website, gooddaysacramento.com, under show info and today's date. You can reply all to this commercial break. We'll see you on the other side.